Lee, one of the dumpster fire stocks in the whole US market is Starbucks. Now, they keep coming up with brilliant ideas to try to fix the company. The newest one is that they've prepared a script for the baristas to use to try to make customers think they're more friendly, more competent, whatever. That was after giving them uniforms, telling them they could only wear certain things, cutting back on the number of drinks that they were going to serve, making the stores more user friendly. I mean, these people, they do everything but increase same store sales.
Yeah,
Every,
yeah. And if you could
they're
figure
so
out
great.
a way to do that, the stock would probably respond. Yeah, I mean, you know, the Starbucks barista is, some sort of modern day mixologist that got more status, I guess, than they ever deserved. And I think part of the quirky nature of it is what a lot of people, I guess, like. But I can't believe that any of these, where Starbucks has fought so hard against any sort of union representation, I can't see that any of these are going to go over real big with the um, folks that work there.
Starbucks is a mess again. You know, Howard Schultz, who was sort of the founder, was the CEO for many years. Most of the years he was there, they did very well. He replaced the CEO at one point and he came in as the interim CEO again. He
Yep.
replaced another CEO, came in
Yep.
as the
Came
interim
back for a second time. Right. Right.
And it seems to me that the board made a mistake by hiring yet another person to do this because the stock is just junk. It's poor performing again. It remains up against McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts and
And
the
a host of other smaller,
local coffee shop.
Yeah.
The price of coffee beans all time high
Yep.
to some extent because of droughts in places like
Yeah, and
Brazil
tariffs
and
to some degree
Vietnam.
because it all comes from South America.
And listen, I understand that they have a hedging program, just like the
Oh, yeah,
airlines hedge jet fuel. But
sure.
you can never get around crummy management and a crummy company. I don't care if you're not at a hedge. You've got to look at companies. What is their primary business? Starbucks is a coffee store. They're no good at it. It's a bad stock. Stay away from it, period.
Yeah, this is not some sort of value play because you're going to get a big turnaround because it's like, fixing Starbucks is like turning around the Titanic. It's just like it can't be done in 6 months. And after building a brand that was so strong for 20 years, I mean, from like 1990s on up to 2010 or so, they absolutely dominated that business. But they did what everybody does. They expanded too fast, too many branches, too many shops, too many that were close to each other. I mean, in Dallas, I drive by one going to work, in 2004, 5, 6, and then, there'd be a new one built there in the next year. And down the street, another one. And I'm like, geez, I think there's more than what we need here. But now you just can't put that genie back in the bottle. You just can't do it.
No, they're not going to start. Matter of fact, guess what? In the last quarter, they added stores.
Uh-oh.
They have another problem, and that is that they always said, look, we have to do well in China. It's like everybody else. We've got to do well in China. There's a company there called Luckin Coffee, which now has about 3 times as many stores as Starbucks has. Starbucks is now being crushed by them. And oh, gee, Luckin Coffee just opened its first branch in the United States. So I'm not saying that there's going to be a tsunami of Luckin Coffee stores, but it's just an example of the fact that they're not by themselves. There are a lot of people in the coffee shop business.
Yeah, and especially when it's gotten to the point that Starbucks had a little rebirth about 10 and 15 years ago when all the kids, the teenagers, started drinking the super sweet sort of, they'd get the caffeine buzz, but it was sweet like they were having a dessert. And I think that carried them for, 5 years or so, maybe even 10 years. But I mean, those drinks are expensive now. And, it's not $2 or $3, it's $5 or $6 or whatever they are. I haven't been in a Starbucks in years, but that kind of fad has gone away. So you can only have pumpkin spice season in the fall, So apparently that helped a little bit, but yeah, they have systemic problems that Brian Nicole's not going to be able to fix with uniforms, scripts, items like that.
Well, the last thing I'll say about Starbucks, and this is obviously something that's an observation from going to 15 stores like I do, is they run out of food.
Yeah,
Because if you go to McDonald's and you say you want a hamburger
you'll get
at
one.
7 in the morning or 1 o'clock, you're going to get a hamburger. At
Yep.
Starbucks, you go in, well, where's my, my cheese sandwich? Oh, we ran out of those,
Yeah.
or they didn't send them today. So it's also a badly run company. So
Yep.
that's all I'll say. Don't get
Well,
involved
our
with Starbucks.
recommendation is don't buy it. Maybe don't short it, because we're not short seller geniuses. But I would be away from it. There's other coffee companies and other ways to play that. And you Dunkin' Donuts. You can, play McDonald's. But anything. But like you said, this is going to take a while to fix.
It is.